You tuning in with your boy Blally. So wake your game up and wipe the crust up out your eyes. Let's get it.
I'm back for an update to my story. I'm sorry I left you hanging so long, but it gets even stranger than what I thought it was the first time. So trust me, this will be worth it. To catch up to people who didn't see my first video, I was telling the story of my best friend who's more like a sister to me. We shared everything. And then when she started to act strange and kind of distant at the same time that my dad was acting strange and distant, I found evidence in the family car that the two were having an affair. I didn't know what to do. So after a few days of trying to figure out what the heck to do, I decided to follow my dad. Every day he told us he was going to the gym, but I found out that he was going to a sleazy motel. Unless this place had a world-class gym inside that they weren't advertising, there was no reason he was sneaking off to a motel for any other reason than an affair. 2 days in a row, I followed him as he made his way to the quote-unquote gym. Each time he checked into the motel, he stayed for a few hours and then left. I could never make out if there was anybody other than him there. I tried to call my best friend on her cell phone every time that my dad was at the motel, hoping that she'd pick up and be somewhere else, but she never answered her phone. There was only one thing left to do. I had to confront my friend. When I finally got her on the phone to ask her where she'd been, she gave me a super vague story about being with her new boyfriend. This was really starting to annoy me now. I mean, she was practically all but confessing that she was sleeping with my dad and giving me the runaround. I asked her if we could meet up now, but she said that we could hang tomorrow because she was with her boyfriend right now. Right? That was it. I was going to catch her in the act. I raced over to her house and waited outside to see if I could see my dad's car. I guess they were getting braver about their affair now that they think they could be at her house. I saw her walk past the window, so I knew she was in there. I wonder if she forgot that she gave me a key to her house. I waited until I didn't see her in the window, and then I went to the front door. I really didn't want to catch them in the act, so I knocked loud 3 times before unlocking and throwing the door inside. And there was my BFF, with a really shocked look on her face, and some guy who I guess was her new boyfriend, who wasn't my dad. It was a guy from school that I used to have a crush on. I started to laugh immediately, but she and her new boy toy didn't really laugh with me. I guess they didn't know what was so funny. I shook my head and we all sat down, and I told them the whole story. Then they realized how ridiculous it was, and kind of sad at the same time. As if I would do that to you, she said. Turns out she was scared to tell me about her new boyfriend because she knew I'd had a crush on him. 1,000,000 years ago, I told her. He looked a little hurt by all this, but then I smiled. It's not you, you're cool. He seemed happy about that. He is a really nice guy, but he's into sports and stuff like that that's not really my scene. So anyways, I'm really happy for them. But now they can stop hiding and we can all hang out again. My friend was so relieved. But then there was still that nagging feeling. What was my dad doing in that motel? Later that day, I had a moment to talk to my mom about the situation. She also thought it was funny. She said, "Your dad's just going to the gym, sweetie, nothing more." Trust me, I would know if your dad was having an affair. My mom seemed so sure, but I wasn't. The blonde hair I found in the back of the car, the other phone, something was going on. I knew that mom was going to tell dad what I had told her, so if I was going to catch him, it had to be today. He was at the gym in the afternoon before coming home, so I grabbed my BFF and enlisted her help to do some Nancy Drewing. We got to the motel and saw my dad's car. I went to the front desk and pretended that whoever owned my dad's car had hit my car and scratched it, and I wanted to know who the owner was. The front desk person didn't really seem to care and gave me my dad's room number. We raced to the room. I didn't know what to do, but my best friend did. I think she was enjoying this. When we got to the door, my best friend banged on it and said, "There's a fire! There's a fire!" We heard banging and clamoring in the room, and then the door whipped open, and there was my dad and my BFF's mom. We were shocked, to say the least. Neither of us knew what to do. All 4 of us were frozen. My best friend took my hand and we ran back to our car. We were both in tears before we drove out of the parking lot. I could barely see while driving. I was crying so hard, so I pulled over and we talked about what we saw. For the first few minutes, we were both silent. And finally, she spoke first. What do we do? Her mom was trying to call her and kept blowing up her phone, but we didn't want to answer. My friend looked at her phone. She said, "My mom gave me this phone saying that Dad had won it in a contest. But now I think your dad gave it to her and she gave it to me. Then we just sat in silence again. What do we do now? She asked. I don't know, and I don't know now still. What do we do? My dad knows we know. Her mom knows we know. Do we tell my mom and her dad before they have the chance? Or do we do nothing? How is there any way to go about this without somebody having their heart ripped out?
Wow, this is crazy. And this is based on true stories. These are based on true relationships. Like, this happened to someone. They just putting it in an anime. So I just want you guys to know that this really happened to someone, and they wrote it in a diary, and someone just put it in an anime. All of this is really happened to someone. So yeah, man. So come to find out where we're at right now, the dad slept with the best friend's mom, and it's just a big twist. Like, and she's thinking that the friend was going out with the mom, but the friend was going out with a guy that she liked the whole time, but she really doesn't like the guy anymore because he like a lot of sports, and the friend likes sports, I guess. And the blonde hair that she found belonged to the mom, her best friend's mom, and the phone case that she found under the seat was to the phone that her best friend mom gave to her daughter that her dad bought, that her best friend's dad bought. Like, come on, this is just too much. And I don't understand why she assumed that her best friend dad would have won the phone when he's a drunk. Like, this is just a lot that's going on. Do you think that they should go on ahead and tell her mom that's a redhead? Like, come on. And all of this is hitting the fan right now. Like, I think that they should just go on ahead and tell her and get it over with. So, yeah, man. And the mom says she will know if the dad having an affair. Is right up under your nose, lady. Like, come on, man. But yeah, hit the comments below and tell me what you guys think. And hit that notification bell, subscribe, and hit the thumbs up. It helped the channel grow. And this your boy Blally. I'm out.